It all started with coffee. Or rather, with the lack of it. That morning, I had overslept, missed my alarm, and sprinted out of my apartment with one shoe untied and my hair doing some kind of modern art impression. My plan was simple: survive the day with the help of caffeine. But when I burst into the corner CAF, still half asleep, fate decided it had other ideas. I collided headfirst into a stranger. My phone went flying, his bag dropped, and, most tragically, his coffee splattered across both of us. "Oh my God, I am so sorry," I blurted, frantically grabbing napkins and trying to dab the brown stain spreading across his crisp white shirt. He looked down at himself, then at me. His eyebrows furrowed, but his lips twitched, fighting back a smile. "Well," he said dryly, "this is definitely one way to make a first impression." I wanted the earth to swallow me whole. Instead, I mumbled another apology, shoved a handful of soggy napkins at him, and fled. That was supposed to be the end of it. An embarrassing encounter I'd file away in the mental folder labeled Life's Humiliations. But life, it seemed, had a twisted sense of humor. Later that day, at lunch, I walked into the deli near my office, and there he was. The same guy, same ruined shirt, now with a makeshift jacket tied around his shoulders like a cape. He spotted me instantly. "You again," he said, shaking his head with mock exasperation. "Are you following me?" Heat flooded my cheeks. "Absolutely not. This city just isn't big enough, apparently." "Clearly," he replied, grinning now. "Well, I suppose I should introduce myself if we're going to keep bumping into each other. I am Ethan." I hesitated, then extended my hand. "I am, well, the clumsy stranger who owes you a new shirt." He chuckled. "Nice to meet you, clumsy stranger. I'll let you buy me lunch instead." And just like that, we shared a meal. What started as an awkward accident turned into an hour of banter, jokes, and the kind of conversation that made time feel elastic. But life wasn't done with us yet. 2 days later, I was rushing into the subway, juggling grocery bags, when one split open, sending apples rolling across the platform. As I scrambled after them, a familiar pair of hands appeared, scooping up fruit before it rolled into the tracks. "You've got to be kidding me," I groaned, looking up. Ethan smirked, holding out an apple. "At this point, I am convinced the universe is shipping us together." We laughed, and after that, it became a running joke. Every time we accidentally ran into each other, at the bookstore, in line at the pharmacy, even at a friend's birthday party, we'd joke about destiny. But behind the jokes, something real was forming. He made me laugh in ways I hadn't in years. He listened, really listened, when I talked about my chaotic family, my boring job, my secret dream of writing a novel. And in return, he let me into his world, the long hours at his architecture firm, his disastrous attempts at cooking, his love for bad karaoke. Of course, things didn't stay perfect. They never do. One Friday evening, after weeks of growing closer, we agreed to meet for dinner. I spent far too long picking an outfit, rehearsing witty lines in the mirror. But when I arrived at the restaurant, heart fluttering, I saw him already there, at a table by the window, laughing with a woman who looked like she belonged in a magazine. She leaned in close, touching his arm as though it were the most natural thing in the world. My stomach sank. I stood frozen for a moment, then turned on my heel and fled, ignoring the text he sent minutes later. "Where are you? Thought you were coming." For the next week, I avoided him. I told myself I was being foolish, that I had read too much into things, that we were just coincidences strung together. But deep down, I couldn't shake the sting. Finally, Ethan showed up outside my building. He looked exhausted, holding a bag of takeout and a sheepish smile. "Before you slam the door in my face," he said, "let me explain." I crossed my arms. "Explain what? That woman at the restaurant?" He sighed. Her name is Claire. She's my sister. She just moved back into the city. I was waiting for you so you could meet her, but you left before I could say anything. I blinked. Your sister? Yeah, he said, chuckling. Although now I need to tell her that my maybe girlfriend thinks she's my secret lover. She'll find that hilarious. Mortification hit me like a freight train. Oh my god, I thought. He stepped closer, eyes softening. Hey, don't beat yourself up. Misunderstandings happen. But just so we're clear, he set down the takeout bag, took my hand, and squeezed. I don't want coincidences anymore. I want this to be intentional. My heart flipped. Dinner that night turned into laughter, apologies, and stories that stretched late into the evening. From then on, our accidental meetings were replaced with planned ones, dates at quirky diners, Sunday walks in the park, late-night phone calls that left me smiling into the dark. And yet, the universe couldn't resist one last joke. Months later, when we finally decided to make it official, labels, exclusivity, the whole thing, we celebrated with coffee at the same CAF where we first collided. I reached for my drink, distracted by his grin, and promptly spilled cappuccino all over his brand new white shirt. Ethan burst out laughing. Full circle, he said. Guess it was fate after all. And for once, I couldn't argue with him.